I was in my favourite antique shop earlier today, and sure enough, they had 4 locos for sale, all in what I would call a pretty poor state. I've got the Hornby R051 GWR Pannier, a Hornby Standard 7 Britannia, in fact it's Britannia itself, and a Lima Class 33 here. Also amongst them was a Flying Scotsman, which I think is the worst loco I've ever seen. It had no tender. This Britannia has no tender either. But the problem with the Flying Scotsman was the coupling rods were bent. One was completely twisted, so it was completely sea solid. The whole thing was. It was in a dreadful state. Front of the boiler was missing, and there was also a split in the boiler. And so I offered him a deal, and he wouldn't go for it. So I bought these 3. I offered him £10 each. He wanted, I think, £10 for the little pannier. He wanted 12 for the diesel, and he wanted 15 for the Britannia, minus tender. So I said I'd give him £10 each, but I would give him 15 for the Britannia if he'd throw in the Flying Scotsman for nothing, which I think it was scrap. But he wouldn't do that. But he let me have these for, I think, £10 each, 12 for the diesel. In fact, I think it was. So it was 32, which we'll see how it goes. I've managed to get a tender for the Britannia off of a well-known auction site, so that should be here in the next week or so. I got it for £9.99, and it's probably in much better condition, and I think it's lined, but I think it should match up pretty well. It looks like the right one, and it is for a Britannia, so we'll hope that's the right one. Right, I'm not going to film all this. I will do a few snapshots as I go, and we'll see how it goes. I've taken the 3 apart. The Lima, I haven't really had a peep out of that with the battery. The little 060, I've managed to get the motor to turn with the battery when it was off the chassis, and the same with the Britannia. They're in a dreadful state. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm now going to wash the 3 loco bodies in warm water. Hopefully that'll take the muck off. And I'm toying with the idea of putting the 3 chassis and a few other bits and pieces into the oscillator tank. I forget what their proper name is, but I'm sure you know what I mean. So that's my next move. I've got a bit of soldering to do. I had to cut one of the wires to get the thing apart. A couple of them have been soldered up incorrectly and soldered direct onto bits they shouldn't have been, but we'll see what happens, and I'll come back. Well, there we go. That didn't take much. The bodywork is a complete shambles and a mess. So I'm probably going to respray the roof with the minimum. But it runs beautifully. Well, that's the pannier tank done. Again, the paint finish is absolutely appalling, and most of the lettering came off when I was trying to clean it. So I don't know quite what I'm going to do with that yet. The only part I replaced was one brush. Everything else was fine, just absolutely, well, it was just in an awful state. So there we go. On to the Britannia next. That might not be quite so easy though.